So I've made videos before on the great neighborhoods in Oshawa and some neighborhoods that you may want to avoid. But I had a few people reach out to me and ask if there are any great neighborhoods that also have affordable homes. And the answer is yes. I know many of my viewers may be purchasing their first home or moving here from another area and don't have $1 million plus budget to work with, but they still want to purchase in an area that's safe for them, their family, and also has good future appreciation potential. If that's you, then you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to give you an in-depth look into the best areas in Oshawa where you can purchase a home under $750,000. Of course, when we're talking about affordable, we have to keep in mind the area that we're in. $750,000 is still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but relative to Durham region and the GTA, it's on the more affordable side. So as we go through the areas, I'll tell you how many homes have sold under $750,000 since July 1st, and I'll tell you the price ranges and style and types of homes that have sold as well. I didn't pick areas where the only affordable homes that sold are homes in need of serious work or renovations, and I made sure to include areas that have had multiple sales of move-in ready homes under $750,000. If you watch this video and have any questions about our real estate market or would like help finding the right home in the right neighborhood for you, then you can use the link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works best for you. My name is Jessie McClellan and I'm a realtor and lifelong resident of Oshawa, Ontario. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up to help me reach more people like you. And if you want to stay up to date on the Durham region real estate market, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to see homes that are currently available in Oshawa under $750,000, leave me a comment below and I'll send them over to you. Our first area I'm going to start with is the McLaughlin community. Pretty much every neighborhood in the McLaughlin community is really good. If you watched my areas to avoid video, I prefer to stay away from the Rideau Street area, which is why there's a square missing. It's just a small area, but there are a lot of apartment buildings and higher density housing, and it tends to be a little rougher around the edges. The areas surrounding them sell for about the same price, but in my opinion are better neighborhoods. In McLaughlin, since July 1st, we've had 5 sales, excluding the 2 that needed work. Of those 5 sales, the sold prices ranged from $585,000 to $750,000. All of the homes were detached with a mixture of bungalows, side split, and 2-story homes. Most of the homes that will sell in this price point will be the older homes to the east of Stevenson Road on streets like Fernhill, Gibbons, Annapolis, and the surrounding streets. You'll primarily find older bungalows, but it's a very quiet, family-friendly area, and the homes tend to be well maintained and taken care of. You can also find the odd home pop up around Gladstone Avenue near Arena Street, which is kind of a tucked away pocket. It's close to the Rideau area I mentioned to avoid, but once you're on the other side of Park Road, it's a much nicer neighborhood. West of Stevenson Road is also a really nice area, but almost all of those homes are larger and command more of a premium, so you're less likely to find many opportunities pop up there. But overall, the McLaughlin community is a safe bet. It's a convenient location with lots of shopping nearby. There are some good schools in the area, and you're just a short distance from the 401. The next areas are in the O'Neill community. O'Neill had 12 sales since July 1st, ranging from $610,000 to $750,000, and they're mostly detached homes with the odd semi-detached property and a mix of bungalow, 2-story, and side and back split homes as well. You'll find some smaller, older bungalows just east of Simcoe and north of Adelaide. Personally, I prefer to stay north of Rosedale Avenue. It just keeps you a little bit further away from Adelaide. And I'd also prefer to avoid south of Adelaide and west of the Costco Plaza. The area isn't the greatest. There are some homes that have been really cared for, but they're often mixed in and amongst homes that have been turned into multiple units and ones that haven't been really well kept over the years. If your budget allows you to, I would consider other areas that are more family oriented and aren't necessarily so close to downtown. There are some really nice older bungalows and 1.5-story homes around Central Park Boulevard North and Oshawa Boulevard North that make for a great starter home. You can also find some options around Holken Avenue, Arnhem, Juliana Drive, and up near Pinewood Street as well. All of these neighborhoods are mature areas, lots of older trees, with a mixture of bungalow, 2-story homes, and even the odd backsplit. Many of the homes in these areas will sell above the $750,000 price point, but there are some great opportunities that come up under that price point, and they're not homes that are in poor condition. There will be some homes that will be more dated and not have the nicest, newest kitchen or bathrooms, and some may even have wallpaper, especially if it was an older couple that lived there, but they tend to have been very well maintained, and it leaves you the opportunity to upgrade in the future and help increase your home's value as well. Alternatively, some of the smaller homes in these neighborhoods do have some relatively new updates to them as well. I'm a fan of these older, mature neighborhoods because they tend to be very quiet, family-friendly. Many of the homes are kept in very good shape, and for this price point, you'll often find yourself surrounded by larger homes at a higher price point, which is always a good thing. Those homes going for higher values help your home go up in value as well, as opposed to being the nicest, largest home in a neighborhood filled with much smaller, less well-kept homes where your future appreciation will be much more limited. Next, I'll mention some areas in the Eastdale community. There are really no bad areas in Eastdale, and it's home to some of my favorite areas in Oshawa. Many of the homes will sell above this price point, but again, when the more affordable homes do come up, it gives you the opportunity to buy in and live in a generally more expensive neighborhood for less money. There were only 6 sales under $750,000 since July 1st in Eastdale, and they ranged from $660,000 to $750,000. Those homes were a mix of detached and semi-detached properties, including bungalows and 2-story homes. The areas you'll primarily find homes in this price range are going to be around the Galahad Park area. Most of the homes in this area that sell under $750,000 will be 2-story semi-detached homes. You can find these all around Galahad Drive, Gentry Crescent, and Hillcroft Street. It's a great little community that's close to parks, a school, as well as the Harmony Creek Trail. You're close enough to the main roads that commuting anywhere is pretty easy, but far enough from the main roads that you can walk around and allow your children to play outside without worrying about traffic levels. There were also sales on Nottingham Crescent and Bel Air Crescent, which are just north and south of Adelaide Avenue, close to Town Line Road. A lot of the homes in those areas are just going to be above the $750,000 budget because they are larger, but there are some great smaller homes in those areas that pop up for sale, and some of them have really large lot sizes as well. Next, we're going to move back to the west side of Oshawa and look at some areas in Vanier. Vanier had 21 sales and prices ranged from $556,000 to $750,000. There's a mix of detached, semi-detached, and townhomes. The Vanier community is going to have a larger number of affordable homes than many other areas in Oshawa, but it's also going to have some pockets that may not be the most desirable. I prefer to stay around the Waverley area or around Laval Drive. In the Waverley area, you'll find it's a quiet neighborhood, lots of smaller bungalows, 2-story semis, and raised bungalow semis. You'll find a lot more options in this area than many other areas, but unlike some other areas, you're surrounded by many of the same homes rather than surrounded by much larger or higher price point homes. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but just something to note when comparing areas. It's conveniently located near the Oshawa Center, as well as grocery stores, Walmart, and it's a 5-minute drive to the 401. It's also very close to the GO station, so if you commute to Toronto a lot, it's a very convenient place to be. Another good area is around Laval Drive on the east side of Stevenson Road. You'll mostly find townhomes in that area under $750,000. It's a pretty quiet area as well and has many of the same benefits as Waverley. It's just a bit further south near the Walmart. It's much closer to the 401 and train tracks, so noise may also be a factor for some properties in that area too. There are some affordable homes that pop up in those areas east of the Oshawa Center and just off of Park Road. Personally, they are areas I tend to avoid as it's very hit or miss, and for the price point, I would rather be around Waverley as I find it to be a better neighborhood. Moving east once again, I would recommend you avoid almost all of central Oshawa. The main part I'm talking about is really west of Ritson Road. That can be definitely a more rougher area. That's an area I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable purchasing in for multiple reasons, and I wouldn't recommend that you do either without knowing exactly what you're getting. Even though some of the homes you see for sale may have really nice interiors, it doesn't necessarily make up for the neighborhood that they're located in, the lack of appreciation to the home values, and the difficulty you will likely face when reselling your home in the future. Having said that, there are some pockets in the northeast of central Oshawa on the east side of Ritson Road that are actually really nice little neighborhoods, specifically the homes on streets around Chadburn, Central Park Boulevard, and LaSalle Street. Up in that area are some really cute little bungalows and older homes that have been very well maintained. It's a quiet, peaceful neighborhood, and I would feel much more comfortable purchasing a home and living in that area than I would in most of the other parts of Central. Next is the Donovan community. There were 7 sales ranging from $612,000 to $745,000 in this community since July 1st. The sales were a mix of detached and semi-detached properties. Donovan has a lot of nice neighborhoods. Some of them will likely be out of this budget as well, especially close to Curtis, around Athabasca and the surrounding streets. Most of the options that will fit in this budget are going to be located around Grandview Street South, the Cherry Down area, the smaller bungalows located between Wilson and Harmony Road, and you might find some options down around Tennyson Avenue as well. There's not much I would suggest you avoid in Donovan, maybe Olive Street in between Wilson and Harmony just due to the traffic, but other than that, it's a good area, especially when you consider the price point. There's a very good mix of homes in the Donovan area as well. You can find detached properties that are in very good condition but might not have recent upgrades and offer the opportunity for you to make future updates, but you can also find a lot of semi-detached 2-story homes in that price range that are updated and quite nice inside. So whether you prefer the detached house with upgrade potential or the semi-detached that already has those upgrades, there's something there for everyone. Now, if you search for homes online, you'll also see many affordable options come up for sale in the Lakeview community. Lakeview can be very hit and miss. I wouldn't suggest you avoid everything in the Lakeview community because there are some really nice little neighborhoods. There's a beautiful lakefront, there are parks and trails to explore, but if you end up in the wrong pocket, you may not have the greatest experience. It will really come down to your personal preferences and the budget that you're working with. If you'd like a list of all the homes available in Oshawa under $750,000, leave a comment below and I'll happily send it over to you. You can also book a call with me using the link in the description and get any of your questions answered about buying a home in Durham region. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next video next week. Bye!